this morning to Pastor Braswell, First Lady Bonnie, Mother Broom, all the saints of God, and my mother, my husband. Truly it's a blessing to be in the house of the Lord one more time. And certainly an honor to stand before you today. I don't take this lightly. It's really an honor to come into God's house and present and what's so sacred. So I just thank God for this opportunity. I'm going to be reading from Isaiah 40, chapter 31. That's good. And it reads, "But those who trust in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint." This morning, I'm going to talk about hope that endures. Hope, the meaning of hope is a desire for a better future or a positive outcome, a feeling of expectations and desires for a certain thing to happen. Endures simply means suffer, something painful or difficult. And with that comes patience. As we close out October, we celebrate Breast Cancer Awareness Month to raise awareness about breast cancer, its prevention, early detection, treatment, and the need for continued research and support for those affected. Historically, Breast Cancer Awareness Month was established back in October of 1985. That was 40 years ago, by the American Cancer Society and by the Philanthropical Division of Impaired Chemical Industries, now known as AstraZeneca. The goal was to promote mammogram that as the most effective tool for detecting breast cancer early. So today I'm wearing pink to represent breast cancer. And as you know, there are so many types of breast cancer. And the different types of breast cancer, there is a ribbon, a different color ribbon that represents the type of breast cancer. October was chosen as a dedicated month to allow widespread public education, campaigns, fundraising, walks, and community events before the end of the year. You'll see pink around everywhere. For some sporting events and activities, they'll have like pink out. Football players, they'll wear pink out. At my daughter's school for homecoming, they had pink out, and they made me a t-shirt, and it was just so nice about a breast cancer survivor, so that meant a lot to me. The purpose and impact. October focuses on to help encourage early screening and mammograms, support research for better treatment and a cure, provide education about risk factors and symptoms, build emotional and financial support for patients and families, to celebrate survivors and honor in the memory of those we lost. As you can know, I am a 5-year breast cancer survivor, and so is Mother Broom. I think Mother Broom is 25 years? 31 years, I'm sorry, which is truly a blessing. And over the years, technology and treatments have changed. We're in an organization of sulfur survivors, which had it not been for them, I don't know how my treatments would have been. They were the most supportive, been around women of color who have experienced the same thing that I have, who have lived to tell their testimony and to encourage others that God is still on the throne.
Yes,
and
is.
if we just trust in Him, He will take care of us.
Amen.
This morning I want to talk briefly about 5 points surrounding not just breast cancer, but sickness The first one is to remember God's presence. Even when we feel alone and afraid, God has not abandoned us. In Psalms 23:4 it says, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Psalms 34:18 says, you may not feel his presence, but his promises to be near to the brokenhearted and those who are suffering. The second one is pray honestly. You don't need perfect words. You just need a sincere heart.
Amen.
Tell God your fears, frustration, and
Yes.
hope. 1 Peter 5:7 says, cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. When I was diagnosed with breast cancer, my prayers were constantly, Lord, save me. Save me from the sickness. Save me because I want to be here for my family, for my children. And I just couldn't stop worrying about it. But then my prayers went from Lord, save me to Lord, thank you for saving me. I was just thinking of the present, of the future, that I was healed because God, I knew God was going to heal me. That was my faith in God. Sometimes prayer during sickness isn't about asking why, but about finding peace and strength to endure each moment. Putting our trust in God no matter what. And sometimes it's hard when you don't know what the end result is, but when you just give it to him, he knows our needs, he will take care of everything else. He just wants us to trust in him. Which brings me to number 3. It says, trust his plan, even when it's hard to see.
Yes.
Illness can shake our faith.
Amen.
But God often works in unseen ways through suffering.
Amen.
Sometimes we lose our faith in God when something bad happens.
Yes.
We turn our back on God because we're
Yes.
like, God, why me? I'm doing everything I'm supposed to, but why are you doing this awful thing to me? Romans 8:28 says, and we know that in all things God worked for the good of those who love him.
Yes. Man.
This doesn't mean every sickness is good, but that God can bring good out of it. Deeper compassion, renewed faith, or testimony of his grace.
Yes.
Many times I didn't feel like getting up or going on with my daily tasks after having a chemotherapy treatment. It just makes you weak. And your taste buds aren't there. You just don't feel good. You don't mean to shut anyone off, but unless you've gone through it, you just don't know. It's just a different type of feeling that I hope if you've never had cancer, that you'll never have to experience. But Mother Brum and I, we can tell you that it's a feeling like none other. And everybody's affected differently.
Amen.
But I knew that God would give me strength, the strength I needed, if I just trusted him.
Amen.
So I had to keep on going, keep on showing up, keep on being there for my family. Number 4 is lean on community, allowing others to pray for you and support you. God often uses people to bring his comfort and cares. Just like my husband said, you can't do this alone in his testimony. We can't live this world alone. We have to have somebody for encouragement. We're runners, and it's not easy. I tell them, it's the hardest thing that I ever do. But I get up first thing in the morning and I pray, and then when we get up and run, and it's a good feeling to have the hardest thing you've ever done taken care of before you start your day. And then after I'm done, I feel so good about it, but it takes a lot of dedication.
Yes.
We just lay there and I'm like, you getting up? And then it's like we wait for the first person to move. We're up like 5:30 in the morning to run, but it takes commitment, and I couldn't do it by myself. But when you have somebody there holding you accountable, somebody's gonna have to do it, or somebody's gonna blame each other. Number 4 is, and then 1 Thessalonians 5:11, it says, therefore encourage one another and build each other up. So as saints of God and children of God, we have to build each other. My job in school, I've told y'all before, is I'm not concerned how much math or reading my students know, but I am concerned how they treat each other, how they respect each other, how they are able to be employable. Because I tell them, I don't care what kind of skills you are, if your attitude isn't right, if you don't show up, if you're not willing to learn, none of that other stuff matters.
Amen.
It's all about the person that you are.
That's right. Amen.
Point 5 is hold on to hope. Healing might come in this life or ultimately in eternity. Either way, God promises restoration and peace beyond pain. In Revelations 21:4, he will wipe every tear from your eyes. There will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain. We must put our hope and trust in God at all times. A reflection. October reminds us to wear pink, to raise awareness, and to stand for those who are fighting or have fought breast cancer. But beyond the color and the campaigns, it also is a season to remember God's faithfulness in times of weakness. Sickness can shake our confidence and challenge our faith. It brings questions, tears, and fears we may not even want to speak aloud. Yet God whispers through his word. 2 Corinthians 12:9 says, my grace is sufficient for you. For my power is made perfect in weakness. When our strength runs out, his strength begins. When our bodies are frail, his spirit remains strong. When our hope seems dim, his promises still shine bright. Even in hospital rooms, chemotherapy sessions, and quiet nights' uncertainty, God is there. He is not absent from pain. He is present within it. He weeps with the hurting. He strengthens the weary. He reminds us that sickness does not define us. His love does, and we must remember that hope endures when we trust in God. Amen. Thank you.
Amen. Amen.